The Kryn hunting party had been tracking the human settlement for 3 cycles. Their reconnaissance had been thorough, their planning meticulous. The small colony on Terrace 9 was isolated, vulnerable, and most importantly, profitable. Human specimens fetched premium prices in the black markets of the Outer Rim. Squad leader Vexthor clicked his mandibles in satisfaction as he watched the human child wander away from the settlement's perimeter. The young one couldn't have been more than 7 standard years, small and defenseless. Perfect merchandise, move in, Vexthor hissed into his comm unit. Tranquilizer rounds only. Damaged goods bring lower prices. 3 Kryn warriors emerged from the purple foliage of Terrace 9's forest, their plasma rifles aimed at the child. The boy froze, clutching a collection of stones he'd been gathering. His eyes went wide with terror, but before Vexthor could give the order to fire, something else emerged from the underbrush. Something low. Something angry. Something that made absolutely no evolutionary sense. Hero Katniss had been working the eastern perimeter when he heard the proximity alarms. The former Earth military veteran turned colonist had recognized the sensor pattern immediately. Multiple hostiles, coordinated movement, predatory formation. His blood ran cold when he realized their trajectory intersected with where young Tommy Chen liked to collect his special rocks. He didn't run. Hero Katniss never ran when someone needed him. He sprinted. The Kryn had made their first mistake by underestimating human protective instincts. Their second mistake was not understanding what kind of human they were dealing with. Hero Katniss hadn't earned his call sign, Honey Badger, during the Proxima campaigns because he was cute and cuddly. He'd earned it because, like Earth's most fearless predator, he simply did not care about the odds, the danger, or the pain. When someone threatened his people, something primal and unstoppable took over. The first Kryn didn't even see Hero coming. One moment the warrior was advancing on the human child. The next moment 60 kilograms of pure aggression slammed into him from the side. Hero's combat knife, a blade he'd carried through 3 interstellar conflicts, found the gap in the Kryn's exoskeleton with practiced precision. The alien went down without a sound. Tommy. "Run!" Hero roared as he rolled to his feet, already moving toward the second Kryn. The child didn't need to be told twice. He bolted toward the settlement, his small legs pumping with adrenaline-fueled speed. Vexthor watched in disbelief as the human engaged his warriors with suicidal aggression. The creature should have been vaporized by plasma fire, yet somehow he was always moving, always attacking, using the terrain and his own people's bodies as cover. "Concentrate fire," Vexthor commanded. "Kill him!" But Hero Katniss was already inside their formation, turning their superior numbers into a liability. The close quarters negated their ranged advantage. His knife flashed in Terrace 9's dual sunlight and another Kryn collapsed. Ichor sprang from a severed artery. The third warrior managed to get a shot off. The plasma bolt scored across Hero's shoulder, burning through cloth and flesh. He didn't even slow down. Instead, he grabbed the Kryn's rifle, wrenched it from the alien's grip with enhanced human strength born from desperation and training, and drove his elbow into the warrior's optical cluster. Vexthor's tactical mind was screaming at him to retreat, to reassess, to call for backup, but pride and fury overrode his better judgment. He activated his personal shield and drew his ceremonial blade, a weapon that had taken 17 sentient lives. It would not claim an 18th. Hero charged the squad leader without hesitation. His eyes held no fear, only cold determination and protective rage. When Vexthor's blade came down in a killing arc, Hero didn't dodge. He caught the alien's wrist, accepting a shallow cut to his forearm in exchange for position. The Kryn were stronger than humans, pound for pound. But Hero Katniss had spent 15 years learning how to make his body a weapon against superior opponents. He twisted using leverage and momentum and snapped Vexthor's wrist with a sickening crack. The blade fell. Hero caught it. "You came for a child," Hero said, his voice deadly calm despite his ragged breathing. "My child. Our child." Vexthor's compound eyes widened in understanding and terror. This wasn't just a human. This was a human defending something precious. There was no mercy in the galaxy for that kind of threat. The ceremonial blade found its new purpose. When the colonial defense force arrived 20 minutes later, they found Hero Katniss sitting on a log. His medical kit opened beside him as he calmly treated his wounds. Young Tommy Chen sat next to him, wrapped in Hero's jacket, clutching his collection of stones. 4 Kryn bodies lay scattered in the clearing. Captain Rodriguez approached cautiously. Jesus, Katniss, what happened here? Hero looked up, his face streaked with dirt and blood. None of it his own, except for the burns on his shoulder and the cut on his arm. His expression was mild, almost casual. Went for a walk, found some trash that needed taking out. Rodriguez surveyed the carnage, then looked at the unharmed child. She'd heard the stories about Hero Katniss, about the honey badger, about what he'd done during the wars. She'd thought they were exaggerations. She would never doubt them again. They went after the kid, Rodriguez said quietly. It wasn't a question. Hero's eyes hardened. They did. But you got there first. I did. Rodriguez nodded slowly. She keyed her comm unit. Command, this is Rodriguez. Attempted kidnapping of a minor. 4 hostiles neutralized. The honey badger got there first. Repeat, honey badger was on scene. No colonist casualties. There was a long pause on the other end. Then, understood. We'll handle cleanup. Tell Katniss. Tell him good work. As the defense force secured the area and documented the scene, Hero walked Tommy back toward the settlement. The boy looked up at him with hero worship in his eyes. Mr. Katniss, why do they call you the honey badger? Hero smiled, a genuine expression that transformed his weathered face. Because, kid, when it matters most, I don't give up. And I definitely don't let the bad guys win. Tommy nodded solemnly, then brightened. I got some really cool rocks today. I saw. They're special, just like you. Behind them, Captain Rodriguez watched them go and shook her head in wonder. The galaxy was full of predators, full of threats, full of species that thought humans were soft and weak because they valued peace. The galaxy kept learning the hard way what happened when you threatened a human's family. Somewhere in the outer rim, in the criminal networks and pirate havens, a new warning would spread. Stay away from Terrace 9. Stay away from the human colonies. The honey badger is watching, and the honey badger does not forgive.